Kevin here from Bozone Boys. Today I can go shopping to buy some pieces so I can build you guys a tree sling. I've been using a tree sling since 1992 and I believe it has been part of my success on whitetails and other animals as well. So stay tuned today and we'll start the build over the weekend. Bingo. To start, the first thing you're going to need is a piece of plywood. It doesn't matter if it's 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch, and it doesn't matter if it's pressure treated. This will be the basis of your platform or your seat that you're going to be sitting on. Over the years, I've had various seat sizes. Recently, I've settled on 24 inches by 14 inches. That seems to be the seat size that works for me. So I have my seat cut and it's 2 feet by 14 inches. The holes are each 3 3/4 in from the sides and 1 inch deep. So I used 5/8 bit to drill up the holes. And I'll have, once the video is done, everything and all the measurements listed in the comments below. Here's the braided utility rope I'm going to be using. It's 3/8 right here. I'm just going to give you a quick how to make the knots that I'm using for the sling. So take this full rope as a large example, bend it in half and tie the loop inside the loop. So see that right there. That's the loop I'm using for the sling. So I have my loops made. As you saw, I made the loop before I cut the rope on the first side. Cut my rope to 7 feet long, each of them. This will allow me to feed it through the saddle or the platform, and then tie off the other ends to complete your portion that fits in your tree seat. So start with that. So 7 feet of rope including the loop, and then you can do your final knot once you've fed it through the platform. So that is going to be step 1. The temperature got a little hot out here for April. It's pretty nice. It's plus 24 Celsius. So I'm just working away here. The bottom of the saddle, I want to talk about this. You like to have it a little flexible so it can slide, because sometimes the trees aren't level that you hang from. So it's nice to have the ability to level the seat when you're actually sitting in a stand. And you just do that by releasing the pressure on the tree pegs and kind of torquing the bottom platform to get a level to your seating position. So if you're wondering why I didn't fasten these things down, I don't ever. That has to remain flexible and has to be adjustable as well. I like to burn the end of the nylon just to keep the cuts nice and clean and solid. Here's my $9 pillow I bought from the liquidation store. It's a memory foam pillow. I've used these on a couple of my slings. They're nice and soft for when you're sitting in the stand there. They're comfy. They can keep you in the stand for quite a long time over other materials such as foam that you can potentially get wet, all that other rest of the stuff. You're going to need the 3M Super 77 multi-purpose adhesive spray. I'm going to install these eyelets, and there's a certain way they have to go to make the sling operational. So I'm going to show that to you right now. Okay, we're winding down to the end here, but one of the most important things to do on these slings is to join either this tether together and or these loops together, because if as you're sitting in them you can't, the weight of your body will separate this, and if you have this with the loops separated, it A, becomes noisy, and B, it becomes less efficient when you're going around a tree. You'll have more movement. So right now we have to join these two loops. While my loops are drying, I just spray painted them green. I'm going to take some hockey tape, clean up these ends so they're not flopping around and making the sling quite sloppy. So good old hockey tape, nice matte black, quiet and soft, should clean that right up. Just another tip for you. Okay, to keep the eyelets together, I use a simple hose clamp, and that will keep them from separating when you put together your sling. $1.50 at your local hardware store. Easy peasy. Here we are. Simple. Now I just put some hockey tape over this piece. Keeps the noise down. Now that the platform piece is built and the loops have been installed, now's the time we need to bake the part that supports your back. I've built one using seatbelt material and really strong plastic latches so I can adjust it when I'm in the stand. But this time I'm just going to show you an easy fix that you can do using the same rope that you're building the sling with. So here we go. So this is my late August, early September backrest. It's a lot shorter than my other ones in November and October. It essentially goes through the loops as well, so I can lean back in comfort, but it's there just to take some weight off to make it comfortable for your feet and your back while you're hanging in the sling. So I'm going to make one for early fall, which will be a tiny bit longer than this one, if that makes sense. I have 3 of these I use all year. So I'm just going to assemble the sling right now, and I'm going to make the lower portion of the pillow the front of my sling, which means when I'm sitting here my legs will be on the shallow part of the pillow, and these clips, the locks, I like having toward me so when I'm actually hanging there I can see if they're starting to unwind itself or unlock. So I'm just going to put together the sling real quick here, and then we'll go to the final portion. Now that I have the bottom piece done, the final touch to this sling to make it operational is to actually have the piece of the tree sling that goes around the tree that you latch in to actually hang from. So this is almost the most important piece of the sling itself. So we have the bottom built, now we're going to build the top piece. Again, it's not going to be a lot of money to do this. You're looking at between $14 and $20 to have this top piece of the sling completed. To build the upper portion of the sling, you're going to need either a lashing strap or a ratchet strap. Both work. I prefer the lashing strap. I find it just a little quieter. The less metal I have tinging around, the better. Although once this thing's under weight and under pressure, it does work. It is quiet, but I like to tape these things up just to make sure, because in November the littlest noise can alert the deer that's coming your way. If you're going to use a ratchet strap, one more tip for you. Buy one that doesn't have the hook on it. Simple, the ratchet piece and straight strapping. Okay, we're coming to the final parts of our sling build. I just have a 6-inch piece of Bex here and my hockey tape, and I'm going to install this on the lashing strap. And I'll show you what that looks like and why I have it. So right now I have my lashing strap. It's rated for 600 pounds. I forgot to mention that. It's a super heavy buckle. So just take your Bex, and feed it through. Take your sling. Just be cognizant of which way your sling sits. So there. Then we're going to take the free tether on this side and we're going to feed it through the Bex. So what that has created is a little handle for yourself to pull yourself around the tree to get some leverage. So I can take my hockey tape and I'm just going to tape it up so it's nice and quiet, because that's noisy. You don't want noise. Last thing before I tape this up is that you're going to need the buckle about between 4 and 6 inches from the end of the Bex. This way it will give you enough strapping to go around most trees, and also easier access to the buckle when you feed it through the latch. So that's another important point. Here's our finished product. Now to put on my camo seat. Essentially I made this in the shape of a pillowcase, and it fits right over my sling. So this is what I'm going to go with. There's other ways of doing it, strapping it around. I've even used a camouflage t-shirt in the past, but it's up to you. This is with Fabric World. This entire pillowcase that I sewn cost me, I don't know, $7. So you can do whatever you want to camouflage it. You've seen in my other generations of slings there, I didn't even camouflage it. I simply paint to get the shine off the bottom, and that was good enough. What I've done in the past is you have the opportunity to add more cloth to the bottom here to make a pouch. And I've done that to carry riding antlers, extra bow hooks, for instance, hot packs. So there is a chance to attach little accessory bags onto the bottom of this sling as you carry it out into the bush. So this concludes part 1 of the sling build. Part 2, I'm going to be taking this sling that I built to my whitetail spot and giving you guys a practical demonstration on how to use it. I'll try and explain the ratio between the bow hook where the strapping goes around versus my tree pegs, and give, like I said, a simple demonstration. Hope you enjoyed the video.